it's about that time. We decided we were going to do something a little bit different today, add some different elements to what we already do. It's going down there, trying to figure out ways to break the algorithm. Man. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to all our channels, all our different platforms. Boss Talk 101, Boss Talk 101 Primetime. It's crazy. We got to get it done, though. Boss Talk 101, where the bosses talk.
Well. We've had the wonderful opportunity and thankfully, prayerfully, and yes, blessed to have opened my eyes this morning. It means I still have work to do. I have work to do on myself. I have work to do for my community. I'm still being tasked with the responsibility of getting it done. So with that being the case, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for those of you that have decided to join me this early in the morning, prime time, rise and grind. Yes, I do understand that it's been a little spotty since we've jumped it off. But there are some things that have occurred that I had to be mindful of and take care of. You know, running to the airport and taking care of some errands, some business. So I'm trying to, and I'm not saying trying, I am going to be putting myself into a position to where I can be here with you every morning. That is my goal, ultimately, and consistently here with you every morning, so that I can provide you with this edification, with this commentary, this thing that we call conversation. And hopefully it enlightens you. It enlightens you to understand that no one should hold power over you. No one should be able to sway you or convince you of something other than what you truly are blessed to believe. Grown over your life to believe. Now I must remind you that over time things change, facts change, so you do have to move with the times or you will get left behind, whether it's physical, mental, or spiritual. And I'm not on this thing trying to convince you of anything. I'm just here having a conversation, ladies and gentlemen. The kind of conversation most people ever want to have, but it's morning time, and I'm here to get you going. This is the Rise and Grind segment here on Prime Time. I am your host, Jim, and thank all of you that put up with me every day. Yes, every last one of you that put up with me every day. And the things that I beat around the mulberry bush. Things that I say that might offend, rub you the wrong way. And in essence, I truly want you all to know I don't care about how it makes you feel emotionally. Because at the end of the day, I'm bringing you the truth. And if the truth offends you, if the truth upsets you, then we need to talk about some evaluation. I'm not here to rub you the wrong way. I'm only here giving it to you the way that I know it. Welcome, welcome. Let me do my shameless uh, plug here. Hold on a second. Got to get some things right. Water's cold, so it's, you know. Oh, my bad. I have a napkin in there. Raquel water. It is the nectar, the H2O of the gods, ladies and gentlemen. Raquel water. Get you some. Make sure you get you some. Yeah. So how is everyone doing today? Let me ask you that. How is everyone getting along today? What's the word? Where are you chiming in from? Well, all these notifications are going out, and everyone is, locking in, tapping in. And I'm still getting some things squared away before we get this show started. Yeah. So, let's talk about what's good enough, right? Yeah, what's good enough? Creativity and talent isn't enough. You see, today I want to challenge a belief that holds a lot of people back. You see, creativity and talent aren't enough. Why do I keep saying that? Because I want to drive the point home. You can be the most gifted artist and the most talented athlete, the smartest entrepreneur, or the most creative designer in the room and still never reach your full potential. Why? Because talent may open the door, but discipline keeps you in the room. Creativity may give you an idea, but execution turns the idea into reality. Potential means nothing if it never becomes performance. You know the difference between kinetic energy and potential energy? Potential sits still. Kinetic is moving. Pow, 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 pow. The world, the world is full of talented people who never finished what they started. It's full of brilliant ideas that never became business. It's full of incredible songs that were never recorded, books that were never written, companies that were never launched, dreams that never left the notebook. The difference isn't always talent. The difference is consistency. It's waking up when you don't feel like it. It's putting in the work when nobody is watching. It's studying your craft after everyone else has gone home. It's learning from failure instead of running from it. Success does not reward the most talented. No, no. Success rewards those who show up over and over and over and over and over again. Talent may get people's attention. Yeah, anybody can do the shuck and jive. Character earns their respect. Creativity may inspire others, but commitment builds legacy. So if you've been blessed with a gift, don't waste it waiting for the perfect moment. Develop it, protect it, invest in it, sharpen it. Most importantly, use it. Because the world doesn't need more people talking about what they're capable of. The world needs people willing to do the work. Today, don't just be creative. Don't just be talented. Be disciplined. Be consistent. Be accountable. And watch what happens when your work ethic catches up to your potential. Go make today count. Are you listening to me, Droopy Marinez? Go make today count. Yes, indeed. So let's get this thing kicked off, man. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, man, drop it in the comment sections. Let me know where you're chiming in from, wherever it may be. I like to know who I'm talking to and who is talking to me. Comedian Pumpkin, when are we going to get you on the show? Comedian Pumpkin, when I see you jump in every once in a while, I need to know when we're going to schedule you, Comedian Pumpkin, for an interview and talk about your career, what you got going on. Where are you touring? Where are you locking in shows? Are you in the Improv? Are you at the Laugh Factory? Are you doing the small dives in your community, building up, sharpening your teeth, grinding those bones out, getting that stage presence right and ready? I want to know, Pumpkin. Or do you just have Comedian Pumpkin as just a name, an adjunct, as though it could be, maybe, should be? But let's get that conversation. Let's have that talk, Comedian Pumpkin. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Don't just jump on here as though I can't see you in the live. If you respond, or if you join, I see you. If you comment, if you fight for me, I see you. Ladies and gentlemen. So, Comedian Pumpkin, I want that interview. I would love to sit down and have that conversation. Here's your inspirational thought of the day. But before I do that, before I move another further, hold on a second. Let me do a little house cleaning. If you have not subscribed to Boss Talk Podcast 101, Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime, Inside Speaks, Jarrell Braswell YouTube page, I don't know what you're waiting for, but hey man, this is for you. Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. Right now, over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. And if you have not tapped into or gone to my good man Jarrell Braswell's comedy site at jbcomedy.com, you're missing out on some great content.
Hey, what it do, world? It's your boy, comedian JB, the real J Braswell, comedian J Braswell. Hey, dig this. I got a website, man. Tap in at jbcomedy.com.
And the inspirational thought of the day. God gave you a gift. Discipline determines whether the world ever sees it. Let me say that again. Let me say that shit again. God has given you a gift. Your discipline, not someone else's, not, your discipline. That is the determining factor of whether the world ever sees it. It's all on you. You can't put it on anyone else's back. Oh man, well, they didn't give me the opportunity. I didn't sit there and... No, ladies and gentlemen. It's on you. And when you approach it that way, you begin to understand that you are the reason why you aren't moving forward. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. You've got to create one. Stop waiting for motivation. Build discipline. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Oh, it's not going to work if people don't... Believe in yourself enough to get up, go to work, and earn what you've been praying for. Your future isn't built on what you plan to do. It's built on what you do today, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are tapped in with me right now, I appreciate you. For those of you who go back and listen to the word that I'm speaking, hey, it's still relevant. It still matters. Everything that we're talking about. So we don't timestamp or date the conversation. We want to make sure that when you hear it for the first time, it still holds weight. Every time. Yeah, I got it on my mind today, ladies and gentlemen. I got it on my mind. No work, no eat. It's just that simple. Let's talk about it. We've reached a point where too many people expect rewards without responsibility. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants the lifestyle. Everybody wants the recognition. But not everybody wants the work. The principle is simple, right? No work, no eat. Nothing of lasting value comes without sacrifice. That's very, very deep there. Nothing of lasting value comes without sacrifice. You have time to invest in yourself. You have time to develop your skills. You have to show up consistently. Whether you're building a business, raising a family, creating music, starting a podcast, or chasing a dream, the formula has not changed. Remember the other day I told you that everything that I do might not necessarily work for you? As a matter of fact, I know what helped me and changed me definitely will not help you because you didn't have and don't have my problems or my issues or the things that I face. But there are working models that don't change in terms of how you go about doing things, right? Stop looking for shortcuts. Start building a work ethic that nobody can question. That, my good people, puts you into a realm of belief and possibility that no one could ever fathom or even come across in terms of saying that, hey man, he's a he's a one-off. He's not, or she's not that. No. My work ethic, my discipline, my commitment. Give a damn how bad you may want to talk about me. The proof is in the pudding. The proof of concept is in the pudding. The things that we put forward is evident that these motherfuckers over here, I can't fuck with them. Because I'm not on that level yet. I can aspire to be there, but I'm not there yet. So what do I have to do? Get disciplined, get to work, nose to the grindstone, stop playing the victim, stop begging and looking for the handout, and get to work. That doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect. That means that you are going to put yourself into a position to where you will be relentless. You will not stop. There is nothing that is going to get in your way from succeeding at what it is that you put your mind, body, and spirit into. Keep your eyes on these rising businesses, ladies and gentlemen. Boss Talk Podcast 101, hosted by ECEO and the official Miss Jamaica. Boss Talk Podcast 101 continues its rise as one of the hottest podcast platforms in the independent media. Real conversations, real business, and real impact. Comedian Jarrell Braswell, one of the fastest rising comedians in the country today. Jarrell is making major moves while touring with Bubba Dub. His raw, unapologetic comedy and authentic Southern storytelling are earning fans nationwide. Rob Lowe Escobar, Freeway Records artist, Rob Lowe Escobar is preparing to release Divine Intervention, featuring Emilio Sparks. Keep your eyes on this project as another major release from the Freeway Records family. Jablaze and the Cloud Chronicles, the official Freeway Records podcast, continues to grow. Hosted by my good man, Jablaze, the Cloud Chronicles delivers exclusive interviews, industry insight, and behind-the-scenes conversations from the independent music world, and other topics as well. I definitely need to give a big shout out and welcome to the family, to Droopy Marinez and the entire TMP crew. We're excited to have you with the Freeway Records family and can't wait to see what we build together. Artist on the radar. Make sure you tap in with Regine Gagne, Terry Cherry, EXO Music, Diamore, Carolina, Trulia, Monroe, DeReal, Shanti, Tangela, Turner, Getty Blue, Azo, Capone, Passport, Scoob, Freaky the Pimp, 7, Mr. Franklin, 601, and a special salute to our East Coast representative, Terry Allred, for continuing to expand the movement. That's right. And so that leads us to that question of the day. What the hell is your problem? That's a direct question, but it deserves an honest answer. Why do you allow ignorance to interfere with your success? Why do you let negative opinions from people who aren't building anything stop you from chasing your dreams? Why do you give people who have no vision the power to influence yours? Not everyone will support your journey, and that's okay. Successful people learn to separate constructive criticism from pointless negativity. Don't let small-minded thinking shrink a big vision. Don't give ignorance free rent in your mind. Protect your peace. Protect your focus. Protect your purpose. So today's challenge, ladies and gentlemen, what's one distraction? And my apologies. I say ladies and gentlemen because that's what I'm used to. That's the diatribe that I'm used to. Ladies, gentlemen, and aliens, unidentified foreign entities that may or may not. I'm fucking with you this morning. Y'all know I do not engage into that bullshit. Although I am president of the Tin Hat Committee. But today's challenge, ladies and gentlemen, what's one distraction, excuse, or negative influence you're leaving behind this week? And not so much today, so you can move closer to your goals. Drop it in the comments for me. I don't know. Let's encourage each other to stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep moving forward. Now get out there, do the work, and be great today. People, be great today. We have some featured conversations. I always have to mention this because it's part of what makes our network great. Make sure you tap in with Inside Speaks. Jonathan Shaw, Military Veterans Point of View. Join Jonathan Shaw on Inside Speaks for powerful conversations rooted in military service, sacrifice, resilience, healing, and hope. Drawing from his own life experiences, Jonathan shares authentic conversations that inspire veterans, military families, and anyone navigating life's toughest battles. His message is a reminder that true strength isn't measured by how many times you fall, it's measured by your willingness to rise again. Inside Speaks delivers wisdom from the heart and soul of a man who has lived the journey and now dedicates his life to helping others find purpose, healing, and hope. Healing, and hope. Emily Mitchell and Kiara Smith. Why is it flare? Why do we have a light flare? What's going on there? Okay. Must be from, let me see what that is. That's a distraction to me. I know what that is. Excuse me for one moment. People, let me go to this camera so that you don't have to see this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. See that? That's that light, that sun coming in through the window. I don't like covering up my windows because I like looking out. But that flare, that light leak, I don't like that. Okay. Let's take it to the other camera. Yep. All right. Join Emily Mitchell, and we're talking about healing, and hope. Right? Let's do it here. Join Emily Mitchell and Kiara Smith on Healing, and Hope, where honest conversations are changing the lives one episode at a time, dedicated to advancing the mental health awareness conversation. The show creates a safe space to healing, emotional wellness, relationships, family trauma, faith, and people and personal growth. Through compassion, transparency, and real-life experiences, Emily and Kiara encourage viewers to seek healing, embrace hope, and know they are not alone. Never alone. If you're looking for conversations that uplift, empower, and inspire, Healing, and Hope is quickly becoming one of the most impactful talk shows on the internet because healing begins when we're willing to start the conversation, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to wrap this thing up because, my morning segments aren't long. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. and I want to, dip in, dip out. Okay, well, I'm looking at the comments. What's going on, Jay Shaw? Y'all on the road today? Good deal. That's what's happening. Heading to the family reunion. Let's go, Jenkins. Yeah, well, I might not have seen that Martin Lawrence movie with he and uh, Steve Harvey. I think that was Steve Harvey. And they were brothers. Everything was a competition. But it was really about family and the belief of family and how strong family ties are and how strong they should be and how you come together in the end. Although you might be a narcissistic prick in the beginning, you know, you get called to the carpet. Your family that cares about you calls you to the carpet and knows, hey man, that ain't how you were raised, bro. That's not where you come from. So you need to get your act together, get your head out of your ass, and get back to being you, my good man. Get back to being you. Or woman. I'm not discriminating. So, as we close this thing out, and welcome, you guys be safe on the road. Big prayers for our family, Jonathan Shaw, Angel Williams, and the entire crew. The twins, baby girl, yes. Make sure you guys have a great time. Sit back, unwind, let everything go for the time that you're there. Don't think about anything outside of being with family, because that is the most important thing as we move through our lives, because that's who's going to be there in the end, right? We talked about that the other day in terms of relationships. Mm-hmm. Being with that special someone that's going to be there to the end, through the end, no matter what you may go through in life. We might fight, we might fuss, we might this, but at the end of the day, I know you truly love me unconditionally, and I truly love you unconditionally. Do you know how hard it is to find your person? Some people need multiple people, but your person, that one person that you know, no matter what, is going to be there. Something tragic happens, or you're just getting old and can't do how you used to. Hell, you can't even clean yourself. You can't, but you have that person that's going to be there to assist you in every step of the way of your life, because you've committed and dedicated your lives to one another. That's true unconditional love, ladies and gentlemen. To the grave and beyond, because I hold dear and high regard your memory. And a lot of times when you meet couples that have gone through that, once one passes, it's not much longer after that the other passes, because they yearn for that love. They miss that commitment. They miss that dedication. They miss the fights. They miss the everything that comes and goes into those types of real bonded relationships. Yeah. And we're gonna close out. We're gonna close out. Yeah, we're gonna get on up out of here. And make sure y'all stay tuned in. 9 o'clock. We've got Inside Speaks. I'm sorry, not 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Central Standard Time. 10 o'clock, Inside Speak, Central Standard Time, will be ready, set, go. So make sure y'all are here and locked in for a great conversation with our good man, Jonathan Shaw. And y'all know I care about y'all, people. Y'all know I care about y'all. So we've started our educational notes of the day. We're doing this on Primetime. So we're also going to do this. We do this on Industry Talks. We're also going to do this on Primetime, whereas we give you a brief segment on learning, you know, a different language. And we've selected Spanish as our first language to jump into. We're going to touch some others. We're going to sit there and deal with the things that I know first, right? It's easier for me. And then we're going to go into some more difficult things to learn some other languages that I might not really know about or don't know about and have not actually jumped off into personally. But I need to, because I need this information. I need to enhance my mind and my brain and have it working over time. So you don't have to become fluent in these languages overnight. You have time. But as you do it, it's one letter, one word, one sentence at a time. Right? That's what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so today we're talking about consonants. Learning a little Spanish every day can open up the door to new friendships, business opportunities, and cultural experiences. Today, let's focus on Spanish consonants. We did the alphabet the other day. We did vowels, right? And now we're doing the consonants. You know what I'm saying? We did vowels, now we're doing the consonants, right? If you don't know what a consonant or a vowel is, this isn't your conversation. I'm not trying to go into making you understand what I'm talking about, right? And you might need to just go back to elementary school. Okay, so let's share the screen. Let me share the screen. Okay. And jump off into here. Come here. And press here.
In this video, we'll learn how to pronounce consonants in Spanish. Pues en este video vamos a aprender cómo pronunciar las consonantes en español. Unlike in English, in Spanish, most of the letters represent one sound, no matter where they are or how they are located in the word. However, there are a few exceptions, and I want to show them to you in this video. And we'll go in alphabetical order. So let's start with the first one, which is C. In Spanish, C. And you can already see that C can be pronounced in two different ways. And that depends on what are the letters that follow C in the Spanish words. So if the C is followed by a consonant, A, O, or U, it is pronounced like the C in case. So let me show you two words for that. You can have the word clave, which means key, or the word casa, which means house, and you can hear the resemblance. Case, clave, casa. Okay, this is the sound. However, if the C in a Spanish word is followed by E or I, like for example in the word cielo, which means the sky, then it is more similar to this TH sound in thing, okay? Thing, cielo. Some people, especially in Spain, pronounce it more like an S, like sound, cielo, but I'm more inclined, or most people are more inclined towards the TH or something in between, so we're always safe with TH. Okay, so if a C is followed by consonant A, O, U, it's like case. If the C is followed by E or I, it's like thing. Clave, casa, cielo. Now let's move on to another letter, which is CH, or che in Spanish. And it is basically pronounced the very same way as you pronounce the combination of CH in English. Okay, chocolate. Also in Spanish, you can say chocolate.
Chocolate.
And it's the very same sound. Okay, chocolate, chocolate. No problems with that. And now we're getting to the most tricky letter in the entire Spanish alphabet, which is the G. And you can see I have 3 things listed next to the G. But basically there are just 2 ways to pronounce it, similar to the C. There are 2 ways of pronouncing the G, and that depends on the letters that follow it in the word. But there are 3 different cases. So the first one, and you can see the resemblance, it's completely the same like with the C, but the pronunciation will be a bit different. So again, if the G in a Spanish word is followed by a consonant A, O, U, like in the words, let's say glaciar, which means glacier, or Gabriela, which is a name for a lady or a girl, then you read it as a normal G in English, like in the word get, okay? Get, glaciar, Gabriela. However, if the G is followed by E or I, like for example in the word gente, which means people, then you read it as, and you don't have the equivalent of that in English, but I like to call it the flu H, because it's kind of like trying to pronounce H if you have a flu or if you have a runny nose. So it's pretty much a combination of H and like an R, and it sounds like this. H, okay? Gente. Glaciar, Gabriela, normal G. Gente, kind of like a flu H or a flu G. And this will probably take some practice because this kind of sound or this vocal does not exist in English. However, there is also a third version, or a third way that G can appear in a Spanish word, and it is pretty much a combination of these 2. So you can have a word like guerra, which means war, and this is the case. The G is followed by a U, but it is then followed by either an E or an I, and you have to combine these 2 to read this one properly. So what happens here is that the U kind of erases the effects of the E, but the U ends up being silent. So the U kind of sacrifices itself, you don't read it, in order for the G to be pronounced in the easier way. Okay, so guerra, you just read the G in its normal form, and then you read the rest of the word. Guerra, guerra. So that's it. We have already passed the most difficult letter in the Spanish language, and then we have just a couple more coming, which are much easier than the ones we have already covered. So the next one is an H in H in Spanish, and it is never pronounced. It does not have, you just ignore it. If you see it in the word, you ignore it. You don't pronounce it. So let me show you a word, hora, for example, which I've already showed you in the previous video when we talked about vowels. And what you do is you just don't read it. You just read what follows, hora, okay? Or also if it appears in the middle of the word, like for example in the word zanahoria, which means carrot in Spanish, again, you just don't read it. You pretend like it's not there and you go on with the rest of the word, zanahoria. Let's move on to J in Spanish, jota, which again is tricky because you pronounce it as the flu H, the same way you pronounce a G if it is followed by E or I. Let me show you a word for that. Jardín. Jardín, which means garden in Spanish. So the J is always pronounced like the flu H, so you kind of have to learn it at some point of your Spanish learning experience. And if we move on, we have ñ, which is pronounced like the combination of N and Y in the word canyon, for example. So let me show you a Spanish word for that. Let's say cariño, which is used between 2 people who love each other. It's like my love or my dear, okay, cariño. Be careful because Spanish alphabet also has the letter N, which is the same letter N as you have in English. There's no peculiarities about it, but it is distinguished from this ñ sound through this wave. Then the next one we have here is a Q in Spanish, Q, and it is pronounced like the pronunciation of C and U together in English. So quota, okay, Q. And a Spanish word to demonstrate it is, for example, quedar. Quedar, which is a verb, and it means to stay. Okay, so quota, quedar, k. And the last letter that we have here is th, which again is pronounced very similarly to one of the pronunciations of C. Okay, so it's like the TH in thing, for example. And again, I'll use the example of zanahoria, which I have said before is carrot, zanahoria. And you can see the resemblance, I believe it. Zanahoria, thing, th. Or if you have problems with this, you can use a more S-like sound, okay? Sound, zanahoria. But if you can, try to use the TH more. Okay, so that is it. We have covered all of the tricky consonants in the Spanish language, and we'll move on with some more interesting things in the next videos. What you see right here is the Spanish alphabet, or in Spanish,
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is what a caring podcast does. We educate. Just that simple. Don't really need to go deep off into it. Right? Words to practice. Words to practice. Right? Bueno means good. Casa, house. Dia, day. Familia, family. Gente, you heard that earlier, people. Libro, book. Niño or niña, boy, girl. Pregunta, question. Trabajo, work. Zapato, shoe. Run over them again. Bueno, good. Casa, house. Dia, day. Familia, family. Gente, people. Libro, book. Niño or niña, boy or girl. Pregunta, question. Trabajo, work. Zapato, shoe. Yes. You don't have to become fluent overnight. Remember that, people. Learn one letter, one word, one sentence every day. Small lessons practiced consistently become lifelong knowledge. Sigue aprendiendo. Sigue aprendiendo, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have an issue with knowing what I said, go look it up. Learn some shit. Because it's all about being motivated, motivating you. And as always, beautiful people, keep hope alive, keep dreaming, keep striving, because at the end of the day, it's your life that you have to live. No one else can do it for you. Stay blessed. Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. Right now, over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us, because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime.